BT, we're good, baby. It's That Mexican OT, and I'm the Amplified Artist of the Month, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. My stage name, I couldn't think of a rap name, so I just told them what I am. And I'm just another Mexican out of Texas. So I'm that Mexican out of Texas. I'm that Mexican OT. You know, it was simple. Wasn't nothing too crazy. I remember Ashanti. Ashanti was a big one that I remember jamming a lot. My mother was on that. The whole Get Rich or Die Trying project, because I was already watching 50. I had all of his video games. I remember I had the G-Unit muscle shirts, the G-Unit hats, I had the G-Unit pants, and I even had his shoes. A lot of the East Coast was big inspiration for me, so, you know, a lot of people over here too. Really Ashanti, we'll say Ashanti though. That was my mama, that's what she was jamming. Even Ghetto Boys, you know. I was already in the studio because my cousin Homer, my uncle Esco, and my uncle Moan, they was already rapping. So like it was easy access. The studio was already at our home. They was recording in the closet. I was already a kid. I felt like I was grown, and I was always hanging out with people older than me. So like, just being with my uncles and them in the studio, I'm getting it done. You know, I just fell in line. I don't even think they asked me to jump in there. I kind of just walked in, and they pressed play. You know. I wrote my first song when I was 8. My mama had passed away, and I did it about her. And when I was 10, is when I recorded my first song ever, and it was called "Call Me." And I remember, I think I was like in the 5th grade, 4th, 5th grade, and I had a crush on this girl, and I wrote the song about her. Like a lot of my songs when I was a kid, I was talking about family and love and things like that, you know. I was recording a feature. And I didn't want to pay nobody to go record, and I knew this one dude, if I hit him up, he would record me for free. So I said, all right, come on, come record me, come to my house. And he came over and he was recording me. When I get done, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm done, you can go. And he was like, well, I make beats. And I was like, all right, well, play one. And he played one, and it was a Johnny Dang beat. I said, yeah, he played like 15 seconds of it. I was like, yeah, I like it. I don't need to hear no more. I want it. He was like, bet, I got more. I was like, nah, it's good. Get out. And he got out and I started jamming that beat, and I was like, should have had him play more. And, you know, but I really didn't want him in my house, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like people. I ended up hearing it, and then later that night, me and Jody just went to work on the patio. That's the majority of the time, that's where all my music come from, in my Cadillac or my patio. And, you know, said one word, and then another one came, and then another one. And eventually we had Johnny Dang. I don't even know. It's almost like I black out, and then boom, the song's done, and I come back too. I'm like, oh. You know, because I be hearing it sometimes, and I listen to it back, I'm like, I wrote that? They came from little old me? And then, you know, cause like, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I don't even know how I'm here. My last project was Lone Star Luchador, and I love Texas. I love being a Texan. I love our rules. I love our community, our people. So, you know, I had to stand on it, you know. I feel like that's what a big part of my image, you know. My cowboy hat, my boots, my stilo. I probably wouldn't even play a song. I just hit something live right there. My music was never meant to be recorded. It was meant to be performed. I don't know if you know who Bob Dylan is? So I heard Bob Dylan say that one time, and it kind of stuck with me. And I agree. I probably wouldn't even show him nothing. I just hit something right there. My father, for sure. My father's always been my #1 fan. I remember I'd be a kid, and he would wake me up before school, would make me rap battle these grown-ass men, you know? Have a house full of women, so many women that be sitting on the stairs, lined up, one on the refrigerator, and then there's like 3 or 4 dudes there, and they think they can rap. And my father would wake his, 13-year-old son up for his entertainment to go eat these grown-ass men alive. This pendant right here says Sophia. Sophia was my mother's name. And my great-great-grandma Virginia, she had an open-faced grill on her bottom teeth. And when she passed away, my tia Sabrina got that grill melted down into this pendant. And it said Sophia for my mother. And then when my mother passed away, they got that pendant and they gave it to me. So it was a grill for my grandmother, and then eventually became a pendant for my mother. And now it's mine. What success looked like to me is, success for me is just to be happy. Because like I said, I struggled with it. I was robbed from a lot of things as a kid. I was stripped away from a lot of even just the childhood. So just being happy, purely happy, genuinely happy is success for me, you know. I could be a bum on the side of the road as long as I'm happy, you know. That's what success is to me.
And are you happy right now?
We're getting there.